right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, Ma'amuth. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly and willingly called God of Jehovah. Bahashem meaning in the name of. Yahweh Shai meaning he who delivers, who the world ignorantly and willingly called JC today. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who grew well, and another double honor to my elder as well. A hard one to be Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect, pushing this truth across the four winds and to the 1/3 remnant believers on Yahweh Shemel Shah, Shalom, Shalom. So come, man, it's going to be a quick lesson that was inspired, by, the Lord basically putting this precept in my head earlier. But come, man, we coming upon a time to where working physical jobs or whatever you do for money, whether you got a business out there, it's not going to be able to suffice us, when this devil push this chip. So basically, we're going to have to depend on the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah to guide our footsteps. We have to depend on the Lord for the one of all things, for food or whatever the case may be. We're going to actually have to put our trust in the Lord that he going to deliver us in them 6 troubles. Like he says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yeah. And in the 7, there shall no evil touch thee. We're going to have to actually put our hope and faith that the Lord going to feed us, in the midst of all our hell breaking loose. You know what I'm saying? But I'm starting from the book of Philippians chapter 4 and verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. So, right, whatsoever state we in, whether you up or down, you up and down, you know how to budget, you know how to maneuver out here, when it's all said and done. But in that day, when all our hell breaking loose, we're going to have to put all, full trust in Yahweh Shemel Shah, that he going to be able to, to deliver us in them 6 troubles, that he going to be able to feed us in the midst of Jacob's trouble. But it says, I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content, right, whether you up or down, man. We content with such things that we have because we know that Yahweh Shemel Shah is the one, he's the author. Yahweh Shemel Shah is the one that's moving the chess pieces. So everything comes from the Lord. Verse 12, I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound everywhere, and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer needs. All right, and when it's all said and done, we all at the mercy of Yahweh Shemel Shah. So we know how to struggle when it's time to struggle. You know how Jake is. Jake got something called struggle meals. But Esau, on the other hand, they're gonna be out here going through it. You know what I'm saying? You're just going through it, eating people when it's all said and done, just not content. But Jake, on the other hand, we know how to be abased and how to be abound, man. Just have that spirit of being content, like grateful. You know what I'm saying? Not. You know what I'm saying? Jake naturally got like a grateful spirit. Besides, the two-thirds of our people that's greedy, that greedy of gain. They just gotta have more and more and more and more because they don't have that faith and trust in the Lord. They want to try to get as much riches on this side as they can because they think it's gonna suffice them in a day of trouble. You're gonna run down there and take the chip, and it's still gonna be a famine. It still ain't gonna be no food, so you're still gonna be going through it at the end of the day. But the elect of Yahweh Shemel Shah, on the other hand, we're going to eat. Lord will, I'm part of that number. And the brothers, that's doing this work in truth and sincerity, man. When it's all said and done with. It's the book of Romans chapter 5, verse 1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with Yahweh through our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, right? Because we can't just go through to the Father. We have to go through the door, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of Yahweh, right? So when all hell break loose, we're going to be hoping that we be saved. We're going to be hoping that the Lord have mercy on us and forgive us for our sins, and guide us, guide our footsteps to some food, guide our footsteps to water and shelter. You know what I'm saying? Constantly remaining in prayer, hiding under the shadow of the Almighty. It says, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of Yahweh. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulations work at patience, right? So, man, we know how to be abased when it's all said and done with. We know how to struggle. We know how to, maneuver out here, through prayer, sending up those prayers, when our people out there running down to Egypt for help, we're going to be stand upon the Lord. Like scriptures say, the day shall come that they shall no longer stay upon Egypt, but they shall stay upon the Lord of hosts. Yahweh Shemashah. It says, and not only so, but we glory in tribulation also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. Right, so that's just what it is, man. Our patience, it turns to experience. Because when you first going through a situation, you be kind of scared and shaken up. You know what I'm saying? You be kind of scared and shaken up. Then you went through that same tribulation 7 times. You already know that the Lord gonna come through for you. You know what I'm saying? So kind of you start to build up that patience, and you able to wait longer because you know that the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah, he does all things for a reason, and his mind is far above ours. So the only thing we can do is just trust him and hope in him. But it says verse 4, and patience, experience, and experience hope. Like we got that hope, that faith. We hope to be saved. We hope to be a part of the Lord's elect. Hope to be a part of that number when it's all said and done with, man. But the reason why I got that precept is because we glory in the tribulations. When it's all said and done, I'm gonna skip over here. Romans chapter 8 and verse 18, it says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us, right? And the reason why I got that precept is, we going through tribulations now. We being abased now, but in the kingdom, we ain't gonna have to go through that. The heathen gonna be abased. The heathen gonna be going through tribulations because they're not gonna have the law, statutes, commandments in their heart. That's only for the Israelites. That's Jacob's blessing. So we not gonna have to go through tribulations and suffering. None of that in the kingdom. The Lord's gonna wipe away all our tears from our eyes, man. So right now we suffering with Yahweh so we can be joint heirs with him. And I'd rather suffer with Yahweh than to run down to Egypt and this devil have you deep off in the metaverse with a chip in your hand or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Picking cotton in the metaverse. But verse 18 again, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us, right? We're going to be on a whole nother level, man. A whole nother level. These devils, they ain't going to be able to touch us, man. But we know how to be abased. We know how to be abased and we know how to be abound. We know how to be up and down, man. Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, right? And the Christian church ain't speaking on this. When you come to serve the Lord, you got to prepare your soul for temptation because all these tribulations, Satan going to constantly be, as soon as he sees you smiling, having a nice day, he going to come and try to take your joy away, man. You know what I'm saying? But it really don't matter because the scripture say 1,000 of my best days here ain't, don't compare to one day in the Lord's house when it's all said and done. So being there, Yahweh Shemel Shah's kingdom is going to be better than 1,000 of our best days on this side. And it says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart upright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble, right? Constantly endure. Going back to that precept I brought out about how tribulation worketh patience. So when you're going through a tribulation 7 times, on that 7th time, you're gonna know to just be patient because the Lord got you. You just gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? You gotta set that heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. And in the time of trouble, what are people gonna do? They're gonna make haste to go and run and bow that knee. You know, the same ones that know we telling the truth, feeling they know for a fact we telling the truth, but they still don't want to walk this path because this path is forcing them to look in the mirror and change things about themselves that they don't want to change. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, they gonna make haste and they gonna run and bow that knee. You know, they gonna serve Esau and they gonna turn their back on Yahweh Shai like they did 2,000 years ago. You see what I'm saying? Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end, right? And we want to be increased at our last end. The Lord's going to increase us. You know, fear not thy worm, O Jacob, for I will help thee. You see what I'm saying? It said, go not aside lest ye fall. And it said, verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state, right? So when you are based, you know, we know how to be abased and we know how to be abound. When you're based, take it cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state, man. When it's all said and done, you can't be up all the time. Like, remind me of a story when I was in high school. You know, I can read music on all the drums. I can play all the drums to a point where I had got to drum major. You had to be in band a certain amount of time to be a drum major, but after my first year, I was already a drum major. And when I got to college and I was playing drums, it was a lot of people from Miami and there was a lot of people from Orlando, but the band director, he was new. So he used to be a high school band director and he came to the college to be a band director. So I'm seeing all these people from these, Miami and Orlando, they all coming to try out for the drum line. So I'm kind of scared because I'm humbled. I'm humbled, but I'm just like, man, these niggas raw. That's what I'm thinking to myself. So I had to kind of humble myself, because I didn't think I was that good, even though I was practicing the whole summer, making sure that I was on point with my reading, making sure, that I had what it took to basically get the scholarship. So they separated the band from the drum line, and the drum line, we went in the back room. Everybody who was doing all that big boy talking, they couldn't play, look, elementary rudiments. It's rudiments. They'll put two rudiments together. It's called a hybrid rudiment, where they'll put two, they can't play shit. I'm like, man, these niggas trash. You see what I'm saying? But it's the simple fact that they was talking all that mess, and they still got scholarships. You know what I'm saying? They was making it, the band director, he brought all his high school people from the high school, and he made them the section leaders. So he basically made the people that was trash, and he put them over the people that could read music on every drum. He put them over the people that could actually play the hybrid rudiments along with the regular rudiments. You see what I'm saying? And even though he did that, I was sitting there and I just took it what it was. You know what I'm saying? I took it for what it was, man. I just knew it was a little favoritism, and I just, I had to base myself, even though that I knew for a fact that I could read music better than everybody, or whatever the case may be, or just, not saying I was better than everybody, but I was doing a lot of practicing at the time, and you could tell when somebody practicing, just like you could tell, well, if people reading and stuff like that. But man, that's what that remind me of. They didn't have the spirit to be a based. They just wanted to be the top dog. And you see that a lot, and it's truth today as well. But it says, verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So, right, when you change to a lower state, or whatever the case may be, you just got to be patient, man, and let your art show for itself. You know what I'm saying? And that art and its truth is being patient and having faith on Yahweh Shai Shai, comparing to back then, the art being, you reading and you playing all the rudiments the right way. You making sure your crescendos and everything on point, making sure that it sounds pleasing to the ear. You know what I'm saying? I'm just comparing drumming to the truth right now. But it says, verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright. Trust in him. Right, so that's just what it is, man. Gold is tried in the fire, man. So you gotta keep that gold at a certain temperature, to purge out all the impurities. You know what I'm saying? But in the midst of all that, you gotta believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. He gonna help us, and he gonna order our way right. He gonna guide your footsteps to where it need to be. He gonna guide your footsteps to the water that you want. Where he guiding 2/3 of our people footsteps to that bear, to that serpent, to that lion. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you're running from trouble to trouble to trouble. Hoping that they get a break, and then right when they think they finna get a break, the missile's gonna crack the sky. It's gonna be a wrap. But man, and that's just what it is. That's why we glory in the tribulations now. So when all hell break loose, you know what I'm saying, we just be protected. Or the Lord gonna lead us to where the Lord gonna guide our footsteps wherever he need us to go. At the end of the day, we his pawns, man. We the Lord's sheep. We do what he need us to do. We fish who he need us to fish. We do our job. But the Lord said the workman shall receive his meat when it's all said and done. So one thing we can do is keep going. You know what I'm saying? Keep practicing, keep reading, keep having that faith. That faith, that practice, you turn to experience. And that's when you got experience. And being patient. And the Lord increase you. So where you was abased, but now the Lord done exalted you instead of you trying to go exalt yourself, saying, I'm better than all these people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't coming to see you, Otis. You know what I'm saying? But 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. So right, man, gold is tried in the fire. So the fiery trial is, set forth, and the Lord gonna throw that gold in there to purge out the impurities. So don't think it's strange, when something happened to you, when something crazy happened to you, or whatever the case may be. You just gotta take it for what it is. Take it patiently and make not haste in the time of trouble, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. It says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach, Yahweh's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. So right, we waited on Yahushua this whole time. It says the bride had made herself ready. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be happy as well. It's like, you know what I'm saying, you see a big brother coming and doing everything he said he'd do. You're gonna be scared. You know what I'm saying? But you still gonna be happy because you know that Yahweh gonna look in your spirit, and he gonna see himself within you. Yahweh gonna see Yahweh in you. So you know that the Lord, he gonna come through for you, because he know that you trimmed your lamp this whole time, and you made yourself ready for the marriage, basically. It says, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy, if ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh rested upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified, right? So all your little friends in the world, man, the Lord is evil spoken of them, with that prosperity doctrine. I just feel like God is love, and that shit ain't nowhere in the Bible, man. You need to fucking read. You know what I'm saying? That be them females. Them females be taking a lion out of these niggas, man. These females come around and pour the lion right out of nigga, man. Have a nigga effeminate. You know what I'm saying? So it says, verse 14, if ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh rested upon you. So right, we be reproached for exalting the name of Yahweh Shai. Every time you come around your friends and family, you want to talk about the Lord. In a simple conversation, we can't just have a simple conversation without bringing up Yahweh Shai's name. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know he the husbandman when it comes to us. And it says, on their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. Right? They speak evil of Yahweh by going against them. With that I think and I feel, shit that's not gonna get them saved. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord's thought is the Lord's thoughts are high above ours, man. You know what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done with, who can know the mind of the Lord, Yahweh Shah, besides the elect? And we only know it to a certain extent. And we pray that we be a part of that number to where we know everything like our big brother, Yahweh Shah. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 5, but I believe the point is in verse 9. For we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, the Lord, and ourselves, your servant of Yahweh Shah's sake. So we don't get out here and exalt ourselves when we do these videos. We doing these videos because we want the Lord to, you know what I'm saying, see us doing the work, and we want him to, what it says, cover us under the shadow of the Almighty. We want him to protect us and be with us, and not leave us out there desolate. Like Jake that don't believe it's gonna be 3 signs, and 3 paths, and the Lord gonna lead them right down the wrong path because he don't want them to come to him. He don't want them closer. He don't want them closer to him. You know what I'm saying? That one path, it's gonna be that one right path with the water and the food down, and it's gonna be the other path. You see what I'm saying? With straight destruction down, 7 paths. And everybody that's elect gonna go down the right path. But everybody that's not, they gonna go down that wrong path when it's all said and done with. So that's why we exalt the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, because we know he the one who guide our footsteps wherever he want us to go. It says verse 6, for Yahweh who commanded the light to shine out of darkness have shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh and not of us. Right? It ain't about us. It's about Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. Verse 8. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Right? So we go through it, man. We be abased and we be abound. We be up and we be down. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we still got the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah on us. Think it not strange, the fiery trial that is meant to try you. Verse 9, persecuted but not forsaken, cast down but not destroyed. Right, like the lesson that the elder just did. Speaking of basically, it's more of us. It's more of them with us than with them. You see what I'm saying? There's more angels out there than people on the earth. So at the end of the day, we always got the angels watching over us, beholding the evil and the good. So when it's all said and done, can't nothing really touch us. We gonna go through our little fiery trial, but at the end of the day, we gonna be. It says we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. So right, man, we gonna go through all these things. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? It says, make not haste in the time of trouble, and take it cheerfully when I'll change to a lower state. Because at the end of the day, the Lord going to exalt us again. We know how to both be abased and abound. Come on, it's going to be the last precept. Pray that this lesson was edifying. And I pray this meant it reach who it's meant to reach. 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 12. But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life. Slocky, did I start there? It's basically about how, as a matter of fact, I got my sword right here. I'm going to read the prologue. I already read it before, but this is the prologue of 2 Timothy chapter 3. It says, He advertises him of the times to come, describing the enemies of the truth. The enemies of the truth propounded unto him his own example and commanded the holy scriptures. And I believe that's Paul talking to Timothy. But I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, "But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, charity, and patience." So, right, these are all aspects that a godly man to have, that truly believe on the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. You see what I'm saying? Like Paul, when it's all said and done, because, it going back to being a base and a bound, going back to, Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. It says, verse 11, "Persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium," Salaki, if I butchered that up, "at Lystra," Salakia. I ain't gonna even attempt that, Salakia. "What persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me." Right, that was the point. Paul was going through a lot, basically, and the Lord delivered him out of all his troubles. He basically gonna do the same thing for us, just like he was doing for all the prophets. They was constantly going through things, but at the end of the day, the Lord delivered them. Because you gonna have that few. We be having that Iron Chest Charlie mindset. Okay, nothing touch us, blah blah this and that. But the Lord might have us go through some things, just so He could be glorified. Just so we could be in that situation crying out to Him. So, tribulations and offenses must come at the end of the day. From the heathen and from 2/3 of our people, those scorpions and serpents. But at the end of the day, we're gonna be cast down but not forsaken. You know what I'm saying? Perplexed but not distressed, man. So, in all things, give all honor, glory, praises to Yahweh Shema Shah. You know what I'm saying? Constantly endure without change to a lower state. I pray that this lesson was edifying. Shalom. On to the next.